Now, a number of police enforcement agencies are involved. Can you tell me what's next for them?
Well, right now what we're doing is, last week we had reached out to our law enforcement partners, the FBI, Homeland Security, RCMP and OPP, and the Toronto Police Service. And what we asked for is them to bring the top cyber investigators they have within their certain law enforcement groups to meet with us, which they have. We're continuing our meeting to strategize as new information comes forward in this investigation, the best approach. We have also been receiving phone calls from law enforcement agencies across the world who also are volunteering their services of their cyber investigator type individuals.
When you're talking about those cyber strategists, those people who have that knowledge, what specific expertise does the Toronto Police have in tracking down hackers?
Toronto Police has a very good unit. It's called we call it C3. Within the last year and a half, the Chief of Police, Mark Saunders, he formed this group, and we have experts in this group. But the magnitude of this investigation, we thought was best that we bring on more people to assist us, because everybody has ideas and everybody has thoughts. So that was the reason why we reached out to the law enforcement in North America, and now we're actually getting help and assistance from law enforcement across the world.
And you've even said you're hoping that hackers themselves, like Anonymous, for example, might help with this investigation. But why would they want to?
Well, it's very simple. I mean, we know in the long run that in this particular hack, it's very unique in itself, because what it's done, it's victimized ordinary people. If you look at the hacks that happened in the past, they're with government agencies or corporations, or ones where they've actually went into and Target, where they grabbed the over 40 million credit card information. This is a combination of focus on ordinary people and also credit cards. So there's no doubt in my mind, with 30 million plus victims who are just on the Ashley Madison sites, are in a position that these hackers can be victims. They could also be family members or personal friends. And they're humans too. And so we're looking on the hacker community to reach out and assist us. And as you know, Anonymous reached out recently in the last couple of years to help the police investigation out in the East Coast in regards to the young lady that committed suicide because of the images that were captured. And Anonymous was the one that stepped up and found those images.
Well, you've mentioned the victims, and you've also referred to unconfirmed suicides in undisclosed locations. It's not very substantive. What more can you tell us?
Well, right now, we received information this morning that there was 2 persons who were actually on the list had committed suicide. That information, we're now trying to source it. It was brought to our attention. I know that CNN has reported an incident already, but we in the Toronto Police Service want to make sure we have our source information before we further speak about it. But just like it's perfectly clear, it's not unusual in the life of policing. We see people who are very distraught, and there's no doubt because of this hack and information being released, there's going to be a lot of distraught people. And some people can't face their families, they can't face their relatives, they can't face their workmates, and they find an easy way out for them, and that's by committing suicide.
Now, there have been a number of officials on the Ashley Madison list. What if there are police officers' names on there as well? Is it a conflict to investigate the crime?
No, not whatsoever. I mean, as you know, every corporation, business, media outlets, you guys have your rules and procedures regarding of using emails, companies with emails. We're no different. It's not a criminal offense, but what we will be doing is in Toronto, we will be having our professional standards review to make sure that in fact they did use their emails. If not, we'll be looking at that and doing that investigation.